What is up, party people? Happy Monday. Yes, Monday. This video is out on a Monday. So as I was saying, yes, this video is out on a Monday, but I'm going to talk about that in a minute. First off, I want to talk to you about a few other things. I have a list, a bulleted list, as I am very fond of doing lately. A bulleted list of things that I want to talk to you about because that's what's on my mind. The first thing I want to talk to you about is bulleted lists. The reason I want to talk about bulleted lists is because I feel like I need them. I need the list when I'm talking to you. At least an outline of the things that I want to talk to you about. I need to be putting this down, and this is an effort. I'm sharing this with you because I did this video. I made another video over the weekend where I went on a bunch of rants about a bunch of different things, and it was super disconnected, and I just didn't feel very good about it. I decided to scrape the whole thing. What I decided in that moment is that I need to write this stuff down so that I know exactly what I'm going to talk about and how exactly I'm going to transition things, because that is what professionals do. At least this professional who's trying to be more professional. I'm not sure how any of that applies to you. It may not. In fact, that actually leads me to topic number 2. I am not your guru. As I continue to progress on this current series of how to sell your art, I'm getting a lot of really great comments from people that I'm very proud of, and I'm glad that I'm helping. However, there is one big gigantic caveat that I need to share with you. This journey that I am on is my journey. I am documenting this journey for myself so that when I look back on all of this, I can say, yes, I knew exactly what I was doing. Or maybe I should have done things different at this stage. I'm doing this because I want to share my life with you, my creative life with you. Maybe you'll be inspired. Maybe you'll want to go out and do new things. Maybe you'll take charge of the creative life that you have, start documenting it for yourself, start making more work, start selling more stuff. That is ultimately what I want. What I do not want from this is to have people come to me and say, Dave, I followed all of your steps and I'm not where I need to be. The reason I don't want that is because I am not your guru. This is my journey. You have to follow your own path. Yes, you can take some of the steps, some of the things that I share here, and maybe apply them to your own life, but you have to navigate that on your own. You have to become your own guru. You have to become your own guru. You have to be willing to put in the work to make yourself work. And if you come back here and say, thanks Dave, I did all the things you asked me to and it feels great because I'm doing my own thing, then I'll be proud. That is ultimately what I want. I don't want thousands or millions. Well, I want millions of people following me, but I don't want millions of people following me saying, Dave, but please tell us the answer, the secrets, because I don't have them. I only have them for myself. I'm only discerning what I can, spreading it out to you because I think it works, but it has to apply to you in your own way. So yeah, I'm not your guru. Number 3, Ashley motherfucking Longshore. I am saying it just like that because I believe that's exactly how Ashley motherfucking Longshore would want me to address her. If you're not familiar with Ashley Longshore, then you need to get on this train. She is an artist based out of New Orleans. She's a pop artist and she does some really phenomenal work. And over the weekend, I went into a bookstore and realized she has a book out. I actually sent her a message saying, Ashley, you know you've got a book out? I'm buying this motherfucker right now. And I'm saying motherfucker a lot because it was what this woman would want. Just like I don't want to be your guru, I also don't want to have a whole lot of gurus, but there are people that I pay attention to because I think they are doing things right. Gary Vaynerchuk is one of them. Casey Neistat is another one. Ashley motherfucking Longshore is definitely one of them. Allow me to read an excerpt from this book. Here's the thing though. Growing up in the South, I was raised to be a trophy wife, to be the chair of one thing or another, to espouse meaningless causes, to be president of the Junior League or secretary of the garden club, or all of the above. I should be driving a Mercedes-Benz SUV full of screaming kids, rushing home to my lawyer husband who won't be back until late because he's banging the trainer. But I didn't get that route. That's because I'm different. I was born different. That is probably the most PC paragraph in that whole first chapter. The next chapter is painting masturbating couples in Montana. I did an interview with Ashley Longshore on my Fresh Rag podcast a while back, and it was by far my most favorite interview ever. The most real conversation I've ever had with an artist, and ever since that moment, I realized that is what I want for myself. I don't want to be Ashley Longshore. I definitely want to exude the kind of energy that she does, the wholehearted, fuck you, I'm gonna do whatever I want attitude. That is absolutely 100% what I want from my life. So if you don't know anything about Ashley Longshore, I definitely believe you should go check this out. Get this book because it's pretty damn cool. Make sure you check her out. Steal some of that energy from her because she could definitely improve the world, the creative world, the artistic world, the world in general, not just with her art, but with her life. She's completely not safe for work, folks, so if you are of the puritanical nature type, then don't. But if you're okay dropping F-bombs on every other sentence, then do. Number 4, what is your North Star? Speaking of doing the things that you're supposed to do in the way that you're supposed to do them, one thing that I did notice about myself that I hadn't done yet, that I really feel like I needed to do, was that I needed a big ass hairy goal. Yes, I have these ideas about wanting to be successful. I have this picture in my head of what that means, but no time did I ever tell myself that there was a very specific goal that I want to achieve so that I have something to aim at. Here's the thing. North Star goals are not meant to be small. They're meant to be so freaking big, you will almost assuredly not hit them. You need to have something that is so crazy unachievable that it keeps you driven the entire life of your artistic creative career. I absolutely positively know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm gonna win this game. It's not gonna happen tomorrow, not gonna happen next week, not gonna happen next year. At the very end of the road, I'm gonna say I absolutely won. I will be able to share that with everybody because I know it in my heart that I'm headed in the right direction with what I'm going to do. But I didn't have the thing. I didn't have that absolute positive thing that I knew I wanted to achieve. So I sat down and I thought about it. And this is what I came up with. At the end of my days, I want to be talked about as one of the most creative individuals that have ever lived in my generation. I want to be so memorable that the world cannot ignore me. I want to be standing at the end of my line and have everybody look at me and say, yes, he is going to be one of the most memorable, most talked about, most highly regarded artists, creatives who have ever graced this generation. I want to be Jeff Koons. I want to be Takashi Murakami. I want to be Damien Hirst. But I want to do it on my terms. I don't want to go the gallery route. I don't want to do the traditional art scene. I don't care if Tate Modern ever looks at my work. I believe 100% is that I will drive this bus all the way to that end goal, and I will be laughing the entire way because I did it the way I wanted. I've been learning a lot about Chance the Rapper lately. And if you don't know anything about Chance the Rapper, I don't know much either. I just know he's a Chicago rapper. He's got a few albums out. In particular, he has confounded the entire music industry because he's written his own rules. He is going to own his career. He's going to own his life because he's done it on his terms, 100%. That is exactly what I want. I want that for myself, and I want that for other people too, but I have to be the one that drives the bus. I will be the one at the top of the podium when it all comes down. That is absolutely what I want from this. I need to have that goal in mind every time I sit down here at the studio, every time I sit down in front of the computer, every time I sit down in front of this video camera. Awkward pause. If I don't have that goal in my head when I'm doing this stuff, then where am I headed? Just driving around aimlessly trying to find some elusive goal. But now I know what that goal is. So I'm pointing the bus that way. I'm going. You can get on it if you want. but I'm going alone whether you come or not. Number 5, own you. One of the things that I've been thinking about a lot is the work that I do, the kind of work that I put out. And I told myself that I was going to do more positive-based art. Art that helped inspire. Art that helped get people off their asses. Art that kind of drove a new narrative of positivity. However, there are still moments where I do the kind of work that's a little bit snarky, a little bit making fun of particular trends and memes and things of that nature. I thought to myself, why do I still do this? Because it's not necessarily positive in nature, but I started thinking about it more and I came to a conclusion about something. I've decided to stop being so critical about my own work and start realizing that actually what I'm doing is not necessarily complaining about these people, but rather calling out the bullshit. I see these things that are ridiculous and I feel the urge to make this stuff because they deserve to be poked fun at. Because the world is absurd, and if we don't take some time to look at that and say, yeah, you know, maybe we shouldn't do that. Or maybe we shouldn't put so much energy into this. Maybe, just maybe, somebody needs to go in and pull back the curtain on some of the things that we believe to show us that really the things that we believe in may not necessarily be all that great or cool in the first place. I'm happy to be the one to pull the curtain. And so I'm going to continue to do that with my art, but always in the back of my head, consider the idea that how do I do this also in a positive way? Because I believe that positivity is an asset that I can share. And I want to share that with you, but I also want to poke fun too. Number 6, zero tolerance. This may seem pretty obvious, but I have zero tolerance for hacks or hucksters. I recently got a comment from somebody on one of my posts about how to sell art, and she was very proud that I didn't come up with 5 things you could do to sell your art today. I told her there's absolutely going to be zero huckstering going on here because I do not stand for it. Like I said before, this thing that I'm doing, these things that I share, this is my journey, and I expect you to take this information, apply it to your own journey, and go lead your own life. I also am never ever going to charge for any of this information because I think it's kind of crazy that there's people out there who say, hey, I'll teach you how to sell art online, and I'll do it with this book or this course or all of this information that you have to pay $197 for, or $497 for, or $2,497 for. Because yes, there are people out there that do just that. There are far, far, far too many people out in the world trying to get over on you, trying to tell you that they have got the keys to your success. All it takes is to sign up for their newsletter and then pay $500 to get past the paywall, to get the real information. Because the secret to life is definitely in a $500 ebook. I'm certain of that, or not. Let me back that up just a bit. I do believe that there are courses, there are things you can do online that are worthwhile, and yes, you probably should pay money to do them. When I was learning how to work Adobe Premiere Pro, I needed to take a little bit of a course to kind of know the ins and outs, so I paid some money to do that. You should definitely take courses if you need to learn how to do something, but don't go throwing your money into somebody's big idea just because they say they know how to teach you how to be successful online or successful in your career. I think it's a much better idea that you go out and find that information for yourself, because number one, you're obviously going to get the information and you're probably going to get it for cheap, and you can Google that or YouTube, go to YouTube and search for it. And on top of that, it's going to teach you a work ethic that you may not have yet about stop trying to find the quick fix and actually go do some work to find out how you really get this stuff done. Stop believing in the hacks and the hucksters who are trying to teach you how to do this thing when most likely they've never done it themselves. Number 7, not everybody is meant to be in your life forever. I was having a conversation with a friend and we got to talking about personal relationships with people that we know, whether those are family or friends. One of these things that I had a revelation about was that I have a group of friends who I've known for a very, 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 very long time. They're very good friends of mine. I believe them to be like brothers. However, in the nearly 30 years that we've known each other, we've all grown to learn and appreciate new things. And the things that they appreciate are not the things that I appreciate, and vice versa. I don't talk to those guys nearly as much as I used to, for no other reason than we just don't like the same things. We wouldn't necessarily get along on a regular basis because we like to talk about different things. I like to lead a life that's different than they like to lead their life, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody can do that. Sometimes people are just in your life for the period of time that they need to be in your life so that you can go and move forward, and then it's time to go find new people to move on into your next life. It can be really tough to let go of people enough so that you have room to grow, they have room to grow, and you can go both do your own thing. But sometimes it's the most important thing you can do. These guys will always be my brothers, and I will always treat them as such. But I don't necessarily have to hang out with them all the time or ever right now, because we're not in the same place, nor should we be. And the place that I'm in right now is here with you. You are the people that I want to hang out with the most. You are the people that help drive me through my career right now. You guys are just as responsible for my growth and career as I am, because without you, I pretty much don't have anything. I mean, I have art, but I don't have growth, I don't have status, I don't have reach, I don't have all of the other things that go along with putting yourself online and being truthful and honest and, you know, authentic. And so to be thankful for that, what I've decided to do is come back to 2 times a week here for you guys, whether you need it or not. I'm gonna be posting on Monday, gonna be posting on Thursday. Number one, I kind of wanted to quicken the growth of this, and when I was doing this before 2 times a week, I saw that my growth was moving a lot faster, and so now I would like to kind of tap into that again. So yes, it is a little bit calculating, but I definitely am doing it also for your benefit. I also am going to talk about the how to sell art thing, but I don't want to necessarily do that as the only thing I do, so I wanted to share different types of videos like this one, and then the how to sell art as a secondary one, because, you know, different people might come here for different reasons. Some people might come here for the verbal kick in the butt. Some people might actually want to learn something. So the Monday vlog is a thing. The Thursday vlog is a thing. And I will be talking about different things on both of those days. I am toying with the idea that Monday is going to be this bulleted list of things that I have thought about over the week. I've done a lot today, more than I probably needed to, but I wanted to share all of this information with you and kind of introduce you to this new idea. Maybe next week I'll only talk about 1 thing, or 3 things, or maybe next week I'll talk about 10 very short things. I'm not gonna define it yet, because we're gonna see how it works. For now, just appreciate that I'm gonna be here twice a week, every week, for you guys. Well, a little for me too, because I really do enjoy this. That's gonna do it, folks. I've talked way too long today. I don't wanna keep you here any longer, but I did wanna say thanks. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you hanging out. I hope you enjoy the information that I share. As always, like this up, subscribe, share it with your peeps. I want to make sure we get this information out to as many people as possible, and I'm asking you that little simple favor. Can you do that for a brother? Thank you, I appreciate that. Remember, folks, be good today, be better tomorrow. See ya.